Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by questions. We have so many. It is November 2021, and you're listening to Leaves in the Jungle, Season 2, Episode 3. In this game, we will be using the Wildsea world setting and system. I am Ian, playing the Firefly, and we have...
I'm Austin, playing Tzitzi-Yaku, the Tzelicre.
Bev, playing Rook, the Ardent.
I'm Dylan, playing Jisan, the Gao.
And I'm Jonathan, playing Belt, the slug person.
Excellent. Who wants to... Actually, before we recap what happened last time, I'm going to do our little creative prompt.
Yay.
This week's prompt is, what is Wildsea camping like? And do they have camping? Do they have glamping?
Well, from our previous excursions, I think we've seen tons of glamping.
Obviously. Look at us.
I feel like camping, as we would traditionally thinking of it, going out in the wild with a tent and cooking fire and marshmallows and stuff. I feel like for at least one of the cultures, like Shanklings or whoever, it is a form of capital punishment. If you commit certain crimes, you must go camping. But they call it camping, it is. But it is like you must go out into the woods with just your buddies, a 6-pack, and a tent, and survive the weekend. That
6-pack of harpoons, maybe.
Right? It's a genuine, it is a sentence that some people are like, oh my gosh, just put me in solitary, please. It's viewed with that kind of existential dread.
It will be unto you if it is a long weekend.
Right.
Excellent.
I feel like if people do go camping, there's even more emphasis on the perfect spot. because there's a lot more riding on the line than uncomfortable back or tying up your food.
Suddenly, all of the way too overzealous for perfect spot dads that we would roll our eyes at are now revered as our only chance of survival.
like camping spot diviners with 2 spines of a leviathan
And socks and sandals.
Yes.
He weareth the sock and sandal.
lets me feel the roll of the waves better.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So, who can recap what happened last time?
Music and hearts were changed.
I mean, yeah. Not no.
Hi boy, whose name is currently escaping me.
Nonashi.
He came back with his bros because he made a band, Dad.
Disciplined.
Yeah, it turned into a ballroom
Insulted,
blitz
but sure.
basically instantly.
I have no idea how it occurred, but I took it in stride.
Yeah, just somebody shot an arrow. I don't know who. I think it was Portobello, but somebody fired the first shot.
Side shifting.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay.
Really, that was about it.
There's an emotional reconnection. There's a friendship speech.
Yep.
We almost kidnapped one of them.
Yep.
So close.
This close.
No, wait, didn't we actually kidnap one of them?
Well, they're still with us, but we let him go, and he's not trapped in a cup anymore.
Yeah,
he's not.
We agreed to
Bottle
we'll let them go.
We could have put him in one of those protein cups with the metal balls and shook him up until he surrendered all his information.
He's a teenager. What information would he have?
Hypothetically.
Explain TikTok to me! Shake, 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 shake.
There's no such thing as Urban Dictionary anymore.
What is dabbing?
Teach me how to Dougie.
That's so old. No, you're old. Shake, shake, shake. You're out of touch.
Excellent. Yeah, no, you guys. Also, I realized I keep calling all of them teenagers, but I have no idea actually how old they are. Nona, she's 2 years old, but I guess that's for a pie, that's pretty old, so they're a teenager.
That's geriatric and pie years. But we were a pie that lasted 2 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
One way or another, that pie's gone.
Yeah, so Nona, she's clearly a teenager because pies become teenagers at 2 years. Everyone knows that.
Just known.
And then let's see here. I think Monsieur Nut is probably like pretty old, but still a teenager. Pouch is probably actually a teenager, and Chuckles is probably similarly aged as to actually a teenager. But yeah, they're all quote unquote teenagers. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and you guys.
They're worse than normal teenagers. They're teenagers in their hearts.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh no. They're actually 35 and they just dress young.
Oh no.
How's it going, fellow kids?
So, anyways, yeah. How do you guys? How did they leave? I'm not going to do a whole big thing of them leaving. I could have made it a whole episode. We could have done a crazy them leaving, or you guys convincing them to leave, or them convincing you to let them leave. I don't know. We could have done a thing, but let's just throw out kind of what happens over the next few days after you finished this rock battle. And then after that, we'll do a montage of you guys preparing for your journey, because you guys are going to go on a journey.
Ooh, exciting. So where are we launching from? Or where are we?
Currently, you guys are, for lack of better words, let's say, well, did you guys show Nonashi and his crew your base, your secret lair?
Would we? I feel like yes, but if anybody objects.
I feel like we would definitely invite them back home.
Yeah, we'd show the place. I mean, Monsieur Nut seemed like a pretty nice guy.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, so you guys, let's say you're leaving from, let's say Nonashi and his crew left from the base just the other day. Maybe they stayed a day or two, maybe they stayed 3 days, I don't know, whatever. They're teenagers, they trash the entire joint, that's how it is. And then you guys are going to do as I say, you'll do a little montage and prep to leave, because you guys are going off to find allies and friends and, exciting adventures before you go to war.
It's so casual. Let's see. What have Docus and the kids been up to?
The kids are definitely loving the teenagers. They're all following the teenagers around and being like, what are you guys doing? Oh, that's cool. Oh, fun. And
Basically,
yeah.
I'm a teenager too. I'm 12. That's a teen.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, how old is let's see here. Yeah, Rocky's 12. So yeah, he's trying to fit in with the older kids, and yeah, they're all
just like you guys.
yeah. Yeah, he's
True.
he keeps pretending to like talk about his brothers, being like, "Yeah, they're just little kids. They don't get us."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, definitely gonna start rebelling.
He started dressing.
And Docus is trying to keep the garden intact because he's worried with all the chaos going on and all the kids running around. He's just, tending to things and making sure nobody gets too hurt, being a cool guy.
Cool Uncle Docus.
Yeah, cool Uncle Docus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a 12-foot tall, 4-armed ape man. Like he's kind of intimidating, so like definitely cool uncle vibes for like he's huge and strong and he can like carry them in his arms and like swing them around and yeah.
Like I defy you to find a cooler uncle than Uncle Docus.
Yeah.
Did we get milestones last time?
I think we did.
Pretty sure you guys did. You might not have wrote them down, but you did.
Oh, sure. Way to pass the blame to us.
No, yeah, because I wrote it, or Bev wrote it down. Rock on. Yeah, everybody should have the milestone rock, or the major milestone rock on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just you, Austin. It's just you.
Apparently, I'm just bad.
You're the problem child. It's okay. We'll love you anyway.
Oh man, you bet. So this is after the time jump, and this is after like introducing the kids and stuff to teens. What I wish to do for my montage,
go for it.
I'm going to like get Docus, since he's been living here for the past couple of years.
Yes, he has.
And I've been away. I'm gonna ask him to like kind of show me around, and then kind of teach me how to like
Dougie
tend to the tree.
Okay.
We were all thinking it.
I know.
It was the pause.
Yeah, it created an opportunity. Someone had to take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him to like show me around the ship and teach me how to tend to the tree with the new system and upgrades of the ship. Because now it's climbable. Okay. And then I wish to use the rock on with like a montage type background music as we go through.
Yeah.
To finish the advancement, learning to maintain self with my tending.
I'm picturing like full on Eye of the Tiger, the Rocky theme song, as you're like shoveling a little bit of dirt, patting the tree, trimming a branch,
But covered by Jisan's band with Docus on drums.
Yeah. Do you know how good a drummer would be with 4 arms?
I mean, there's that one band that the drummer only had 1 arm.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and to give myself tend +1.
Nice. Well done, good
and
sir.
And now I know the layout of the ship better and how everything works. So hopefully I shan't be like running through the corridors getting confused in an emergency situation.
No, you shan't.
Excellent.
Nothing like 1,000 tiny minds guessing the wrong direction.
Oh man, someone needs to drive. No, it's this way.
No backseat drivers.
It's like Inside Out, but like a forum in Rome.
The body has voted.
We shall go left. It was actually right.
We will split the party. Tzitzi just splits in half.
I did not vote for mitosis.
Oh no, but it's like that scene in Rick and Morty where they like cut like him down to like 2 4s make it 14 or 2 7s make it 14, and then there's a 25 left over. No.
Oh yeah.
Have I sold
awesome. Okay. Who else wants to do a montage?
I feel like I've got enough projects together that I can finish a project, or I've got enough milestones I can do that.
You can use your rock on milestone and your
The rest of them, okay. So I kind of started technically on this track before the 2-year gap, and in my brain I'm like, there's no way it took me 2 years. And then I'm like, well, you know what? Let's just make it one of the, you know when in your brain you have like a project that you want to work on, and you think, yeah, easy job, done in a week, but it just, you keep running into like, why isn't this working? Like, this should be easy. Everything I know says this, but it's not something, like, it's like coding. Like, what is not connecting here? So after 2 years of failed attempts, a lot of serious burns, and one mild explosion that caused me to maybe rebuild part of engineering entirely, and that took a while, I finally...
We still don't know who was responsible.
Yeah, I'm never admitting it. I'm just gonna act like the person, because it's my engineering, gonna be like, and if I ever find out which one of you did that...
We all know exactly what happened, but, like, we're not gonna shame you. We're not gonna shame Rook. Like, Rook might know that we know. It doesn't matter. We're just like, we'll keep an eye out.
We're all in the lie together, and it binds us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I finally managed to take my bolt rail and my grappling hook and make them into a single functioning electric charge grapple gun. So basically, it's a grapple gun, but it's got, like, first of all, it's built very sturdy. Like, it can at the very least hold my weight plus a bit more, but, like, it's also got now wire running through the chain, so that I can also just run a charge through the grappling hook. So, like, theoretically, I could, like, grapple something and then flip a switch, and then whatever I grappled is now getting however many volts. And yeah. I'm like, haha. Fine. I just, like, come out of the room like a mad scientist, it's alive! It's done. None of you know what I'm talking about. I'm just, like, running around super excited, like, not explaining to anybody. They're like, what? And I'm like, oh my god, it's my gun.
Nice.
And then they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, behold! And then I, like, shoot something, and, like, I don't know. Like, maybe there was just, like, a random, like, I don't know, a pinwolf that just happened to be, like, grazing on a branch next to the ship, and I just, like, totally smoke it. And you just see it fall out of the branches.
Nice.
It wasn't random. We had something against that guy. That guy did. It knew what it did.
He has been peeing and marking the rainbow tree for a week.
Oh, I just picture you shooting the grappling gun, being like, "Yo, look, I've increased it so it has non-lethal capabilities. I can subdue beasts or whatever, right?" And you walk up to the training dummy and you just shoot it with the grappling hook, and it just, like, leaves a tri-prong, like, hole in its chest as it just goes, like, right through the body. And we all just kind of, like, and we all, like, look at you, and it just, like, lights on fire.
Yes.
Chain is, like, still sticking through it. It's, like, attached to some end of the prow. Like, I'm like, I am going to work on rubberizing parts of the ship. That is my next project. It should be super straightforward and simple. Definitely won't take me more than a week. Slowly winding up chain cord.
Excellent. Yeah. Perfect. You have a Volt grapple hook. I've added it to your character sheet. Awesome. Who's next for a epic montage?
So I think that Belt spends time with Monsieur Nut.
Okay. Yep.
And he's training up his sway. Just working on his wit, working on, like, telling stories, like old stories that I heard from, like, past experiences working for the Ghost Post.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, Monsieur Nut will like hang out with you. You guys will play cards together, and like he teaches you like he's he's got that like cane and that flute, and he's got a very like swagger to him. Like he's got that swagger that like teenagers have when they think they're super cool, but like for some reason, instead of looking dumb, it like you almost believe you're a teenager when you're watching him swagger, so you think it's cool too. Like,
I mean, obviously, I think it's cool. Teenagers rule.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they've got him.
Yeah.
TikTok is awesome. I know what this is.
I got all the lingos. Yeah.
I build lingos like Legos.
I was going to say, is that the Lego, right?
Somebody says that, right?
They are now. Awesome. Yeah, you build up your sway, and yeah, this system unfortunately doesn't have. I've been playing a lot of fellowship, so we have like all the fellowship and like ally things. So I'm like, you can make a bond with them, forge a bond, make friendship, and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's not this system.
Yeah.
So
wrong system, bud.
You don't make friends.
Well,
I mean,
You make families.
I mean, you literally
families.
did make this friend, but that's like only that way.
yeah.
Take them with promises of pie, freedom.
Pie and freedom. Excellent. And then last but not least, Jisan.
so speaking of our pie freedom here, basically, like I think that like we sort of made up, but then things were awkward. You know, me and Nonashi. So like probably like the second day or whatever, he gets up he needed to go to the little pie's room in the middle of the night or something like that, you know, early AM.
Raises questions.
We have so many. And he comes across Jisan doing his now morning ritual where he's, you know, he turns into Bruce Lee for 2 hours every day or whatever before the sun comes up. And he like walks by and he's just like, what the hell are you doing, Dad? Like you're a podgy little mushroom man who's, as far as I've known, never been violent. Like what's with you like breaking boards with your hands and crap like that and being mildly badass? At which point like Jisan spills the whole like, you know, we're going off to war to fight the skin farmers and all that other sort of stuff, and just like is like he respects him enough now that they can have an adult conversation, and they finally have like the space for it. And then for like the next like day or two before they leave, you know, like we can have a montage of Jisan and Nonashi. Like now he's got a gi on as well, and they're both training and they're both breaking boards. And like, you know, like he goes to break a board, and even though he's like a giant super muscular pie man, he like whacks his hand and has like the swollen pulsating finger, and I'm laughing at him.
Nice.
Like
Not
a good
like
dad.
A fatherly way, and
Absolutely.
just walking away.
This is
Absolutely. Because it's not as easy as you'd think that it is.
Nice.
And so, yeah, we have a nice, like, martial arts montage there. And when we part ways, I'm like, he's grown up a lot. But I don't tell him that, obviously. Because, you know, he's still enough of a teenager that I can't just, like, tell him straight up. I just need to look at him approvingly and just, like, give him the nod.
Also, he's your little pie. He's only 2 years old.
He will always be my little pie. He's
always be your little baby boy.
like always smiling over his shoulder, but when he looks back, the smile's gone, and you're like, "Why are you distracted? Keep punching."
yeah, exactly.
I love how you say smiling over his shoulder when he's a mushroom. He has no face.
Sorry, from his shoulder.
Possibly shoulders, as far as we know.
Like,
it's a shrug. It's how the mushroom shrugs is how you get emotional input.
I'm just picturing a mushroom and a pie doing this like super emotional scene, and like from anyone looking on, it's just these two faceless things doing things, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so touching." I don't know what's going on.
Are they like angry, two marbles, or are they okay? I don't know.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm going to also trade in my major milestone and take another level of hack here.
Excellent. Nice. Okay.
Another what?
Yeah.
Hack.
Oh, hack. I thought you said attack. I was like, what? Just gaining more attacks? I'm seeing that in the book.
I mean, hack is not usually used for non-violent purposes, but...
This reminds me of like the old games that just have a stat, like, oh, it's the speed stat. It gives you more actions.
Yeah.
Like,
there you go.
Cool.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, you guys say teary goodbye to Nonashi and his crew.
Again, do they have tears?
I whisper like a low-key, shameful, my bad for the arrow.
No, you totally pinned that on Portobello. You're like, Portobello shot the arrow, everybody. Like, clearly it was him.
Did you see him King Neroing in the background, enjoying what was happening?
Yeah. Excellent. But yeah, no, they take their rock lobster and ride off into the sunset to go do some kind of epic teenager soul-searching quest thing. I don't know. They
don't know what they're doing, and that's okay.
Yep. Wonderful. Okay. So, after you guys wave and say goodbye and clean the last of moldy pizza out from your, like, storage house, you guys got the ship all ready, and you're off, sailing into the sunrise as you go in search of friends and enemies and all sorts of adventures, because you are prepping for war.
War.
What is it good for?
Small soldiers.
Excellent. Yeah. So we are using, I don't think we've done a journey action since we used playtest D, which is what we're currently using. So now we have more than just a helm and a watch roll. We also have engines, cartography, and weather.
Oh, I'm so doing engines. That's mine, and anybody who tries to take it from me gets a face full of Voltrail gun.
I was about to say, aren't you great at watching the weather?
I would say no, because remember the last time I drove?
Yeah, you crashed the ship.
Because I thought that was the best thing to do. It was on purpose.
Ironwood. What do you mean you attacked the Ironwood?
Rook's really doing wonders for ardent driving stereotypes.
Yeah. I defeated them.
Everybody thinks they're good at driving, and I'm just like, guys, we're not all good at driving. Come on.
You think an engineer would know how to steer a ship?
Why would you think that? Why would you think that?
Because all I know is wheel turn,
Scotty
ship
at the
turn.
helm? What?
Wheel turn, ship turn. That's all I know.
Yeah. Somebody's got to reverse the polarity.
I think I just heard the Arden's brain explode.
So yeah, So I'll give a brief rundown, because as I say, this is the first time we've used Journey in Season 2 and the first time we've used it since Playtest D. So at the helm is you choose the speed and the direction. You're also, I mean, everybody's probably going to pitch into where we're going, but you choose the speed. You're in charge. You're steering the ship. On watch, you roll to see what we're about to encounter next. Tending the engine, gives you the option of overloading the engine or quieting the engine for different results. Cartography gives you a chance at getting a chart for free. And weather gives you some indication of meteorological or weather-based things that are maybe coming up. So it's like a watch roll, but for the skies.
Sounds like you just started an episode.
Thank you. So who's on first?
Engineer. But, do whatever.
I have a feeling Rook is on cartography because she just keeps screaming it.
Yeah, she's definitely.
I want to be on engineering, even though I don't fully understand the consequences of my literal 2 options. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. So Rook's on engines. Rook, your options are. Let me see here. Your options are. There was a sheet. I saw the sheet. I had it, and now it's. Oh, there it is. Tend to the engine. Okay. You can do a quick fix. Nothing actually happens, but if something does happen, you immediately get spotlight priority, and you can fix the engine quicker. You can overhaul the engine, so you go faster, but you burn a piece of resource. Or you can muffle the engine to lower your sound, make you a little stealthy, but you burn a piece of resource. Those are your options.
Okay, so my options are nothing happens, but if something does happen, we're okay. We go faster, but I burn a resource, or we go quieter, but I burn a resource.
Yeah.
Question.
Are they like the resources out of my my personal... Okay.
Yes.
Does the rainbow pollen booster stack on top of that?
Yes. Yes, it does.
That's important. And I'm going to roll for what position I want. If no one has a position they are particularly in wanting.
Yeah. Does anyone want a specific position? Like, you have to have a helm and you have to have a watch.
I'm going to have Belt do cartography.
That makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Cartographizer.
Yeah.
Awesome. So for cartography, I am going to have some... Where did it go? I'm going to start a little track, and every time you find a important landmark, then a part gets marked on the track, and if you find all the important landmarks, you get a chart. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And
I look to Jisan. Hold on an amalgamation of a hand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You want to watch or do you want to drive? It's up to you.
I want watch.
Okay, I'll drive.
Oh, okay, that works.
You want watch, and then
yeah,
Jisan's
I'm on
driving?
watch.
I love that your chef drives. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, given the options.
That's fair.
They really should have let Neelix drive. He was far more familiar with the entire region.
Right?
I mean, he was.
I love how they had an episode where he's like, I'm really depressed because after we cross this region, I don't know anything about what comes after. And then as soon as they get past it, he's like, all right, Captain, this is what you need to know about this region.
Amazing. I'm still surprised Janeway didn't shoot him. That's...
Well, technically she did. She killed 2 Vix.
Yeah.
She did.
I'm surprised she didn't kill both of them and was like, I couldn't tell who's who.
Oh no, 2 Vix is still here. Kapang! Goes the second phaser shot.
Just them both.
If there's one thing I don't like on my ship, it's questions.
Yes.
Just Tuvok. I understand your decision.
Now, Now, where's my forever ensign?
Where is the watch section? On watch. Go into watch now.
Okay. So, El Capitano, Jisan.
Yep.
What are you burning? What are you using chart-wise? And what are you using? I think you can use just a chart, or you can use a chart and a whisper. Now everybody can pool resources. You guys, it doesn't just have to be Jisan, but you have to use a chart, and you can optionally choose to use a whisper as well.
Well, I have one chart, and it is the Heartbroken Lifeless Pie recipe, and it is it is basically a baby picture, as far as I'm concerned. It's like a picture of an ultrasound, basically.
Nice.
But
are you going to use?
I'm not using it.
No.
Okay. You guys can cough up the resources. I'm already driving the boat.
I have for charts. I have a port manifested in Knock. I have nifty whispers like Leviathan, Breeding Grounds, and Family Love. I can also draw from Drock's journal.
Yeah.
Every so often as a chart.
Yeah.
If any of those strike your fancy for the plan, for our adventure.
Well, why don't we go to Knock with this port manifest?
Yeah, let's see if we can find some friendly spiders.
That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a port manifest in the Knock language, which is the language of the Tzelicre or hive mind creatures, generally speaking.
Yes. It's one of the only languages I don't have. Wait, hold up. I might actually have it.
Do you have any whispers to boost this?
I know
I technically speak now.
Sorry. Dylan's going. Let Dylan go.
Rook has this whisper called Tzelicre Herbivore.
I'm sitting on it.
No, give it up.
No, I had a great idea for that last season. I didn't get the chance to use it. I'm sitting on it.
I rolled a threaten.
I mean, okay, here, hold your potato salad for a second. You guys do have this cool thing in your ship called an advanced disco that allows you to give the echo tag to a whisper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now,
what does the echo tag mean?
You guys, I'm gonna say
consuming it.
You technically had a 2-year time skip. None of you used your montage action to add the echo tag to a whisper. However, I will give you this time should you choose.
Well, hold on.
So, like, I can use my whisper without burning it up?
Yes, the echo tag allows you to use a whisper twice.
I am okay with using it twice, as long as I get it once.
Okay. Is people okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this was your friendly Firefly reminder to look at the things you have in your ship. I will not remind you again, not out of malice, but out of pure forgetfulness.
No, I get it. Firefly's going to lead us to death. Will-o'-the-wisp over here.
Thank you. I'm glad you have faith in me. My goal is to end in a total party kill.
TPK.
As all Fireflies, I am pure evil. Anyway, so you're a port manifest in Knock, and
yeet that down to Miss Monsieur,
Tzelicre
cartographizer, and driver.
Excellent. So you guys are hoping, the two of those together, you guys are going to the friendliest Tzelicre colony. It's going to be rainbows and sunshine spewing out of everything.
Oh, I'm so afraid.
No, I don't like that image. And there can only be one colorful Tzelicre.
These will be your people.
Turns out I'm green with envy.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna start a unknown track, and we're gonna put. There we go. I'm gonna put a thing here and here, and a thing here, and a thing there, and okay. So cartographer, I have a track for you. It's 4 things. There's 4 special things you need to be on the lookout for.
Mm-hmm.
And you can mark them down. Basically, like when I describe things, if you're like, I think this is important, I'm not going to try and like dupe you in any way. But like, if you're like, this seems important, I'm going to mark it down. Then you can mark it down. And if you mark down 4 important things, depending upon what the 4 are, I'll give you a different type of chart. Sound fair? Okay. Okay. So, El Capitano, Jisan.
Yes. Sir.
How fast are we going?
We have no need to go fast. Let's go normal speed.
Okay. You are cutting a path, which is the general. Yeah, that's the single box moving forward. Okay. So, who is on watch?
It is me.
Roll
And
away.
I'm I'm going to be using my bird sight. I'm going to have chimeric amalgam albatrossing along the side of the ship, giving me some a literal bird's eye view.
Excellent.
So off I go for the roll.
Yep.
3.
3? Okay. What's 3 on the chart there?
Nature.
Excellent. And do you guys get stuff for cutting a path anymore? What do you... you acquire a specimen when you dock at port. You acquire a specimen when you drop anchor. And you acquire a whisper when you drop anchor. Okay, perfect. Mm-hmm. So everything's just anchor or port.
Yeah, so I think our last build
travel
abused the system.
I think that might have been why it was maybe nerfed a little bit. That's I don't know for sure, but yeah, it's quite possible.
It was a little fun listening to Felix be like, oh.
Like a loot goblin every time we went downstairs into the cargo flay.
Yeah. Perfect. So you rolled nature, and you rolled a 3, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. So as you guys are driving away on the... Well, I guess you're currently in the area of Top. So it'd be mangroves. And you're moving on. I'll tell you what. You can, for your nature roll, you can describe what is the trees like in this next reach you're entering.
Okay. Oh, it's so much pressure. It's been so long. Okay, so as we progress down into the mangroves, this the canopy starts to get more heavier and heavier if it laden down above us with the mangroves, and you start to see these weird pitcher plant look like things, but you see they're hanging from underneath the giant domed roots. And they just seem to be filled with water with different colored veins across them, varying shades of green to red.
Okay.
They seem to be sometimes dropping down and exploding, or dropping down and just splooshing. And then the waves are starting to get more choppy and dirty, as the leaves are obviously more traveled and less fresh grown.
Okay. So giant pitcher plants that drop things and a little overgrown. Okay. Perfect. I'm intrigued to see how this reach goes out for you guys. Jisan, El Capitan? how's our speed?
We're going to continue on at our cutting a path.
Do I make any decision making at any point?
I assume unless you state otherwise that you're just prepping in case there's danger. Okay, would you like me to assume differently?
No, assume that. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being forgotten.
No. I would not forget you. If you would like to boost the engines just for shits and giggles and mess with Jisan, you are welcome to.
Okay.
Just let me know.
Oh, there's a page for it.
Yep.
Messing with Jisan?
Yes, there's an entire page in the book dedicated to messing with Jisan.
Hooray!
Perfectly valid.
It's the first commandment of our ship.
I don't know why Felix added it in there, but I feel like he felt it was necessary to add this page into the book.
Always mess with the cook.
One person who has constant access to your food.
The one guy giving you all the drugs. Excellent. Roll away, Tzitzi.
For what?
Well, Jisan cut a path, so you got.
And I rolled a 3 for nature.
Yes, and you described nature, and then Jisan cut another path.
Oh, you cut another path. Okay.
Yep. So you roll yet again.
All right. Let's see. Come on. That's a 1, which is even more nature.
More nature. Excellent. You guys are cutting a path, so you'll come up on this slowly, not quickly. You come up onto what looks like a giant singular leaf. And it's quite large around. And you can either choose to go over it or around it.
So there's a large leaf, you say?
Yes.
I'm going to say this is something worth marking down.
Excellent. Large
Captain,
leaf.
Leaf see ahead.
I see it.
Like it's a very large singular leaf.
Captain's log.
I'm going to cut around to the side a little bit while we bleed off some speeds, and I'm going to call down to Rook to cut the engines for a bit. I want us to come together with our minds over this one, whether we're going to go over it or around it, or whether we're going to survey it or whatever.
Okay.
I do cut the engines.
Excellent. Do you want to do sense or study or some kind of roll to investigate this leaf, hunt it, race it, outwit it?
I'm captain right now. Tzitzi, wave walk down and look at it from below.
Tzitzi, get yourself out.
What do you want?
But it's a sacrifice.
I channel my inner junker from Xenoblade Chronicles. I look over the side of the ship, look back at Jisan, and I proceed to Jesus Lizard across the the leaf to check out the center. I have a suspicion it's similar to the one at top.
You would be not off base. As you get out on top of the leaf, give me a vault roll.
Vault?
Yeah, give me a vault roll.
5. Oh wait, it's 2d6.
Yeah.
3d6 because I'm instincting.
Yeah.
It's still just a 5.
Instinct is a good. Okay, excellent. As you get out onto this wave, or onto this leaf, it starts to move, and you realize this is a giant pitcher plant, and this is the top of it. This is that opening top of the pitcher plant, and you last second manage to leap, and you land holding onto the rail of the ship as you're you kind of shake the ship a little bit, and the ship's right on the edge of this pitcher plant as it's opening up, trying to swallow you guys whole. Jisan, you are captain. What are you doing?
Full speed ahead and hit the overburners and fire up that saw in full form, and we are just gonna mosey on out of there as fast as our gigantic acid saw will take us.
Excellent. So that's forge ahead. Oh, go ahead, Tzitzi.
Captain, was I bait?
All I'm going to say is that I asked you to dive down and see what it looked like from beneath, not walk directly out onto the giant obvious trap. But that's cool.
You know what? That's fair. I might have misinterpreted.
Beautiful. So
the short answer is yes. You were just more obvious bait than I expected you to be.
I will relay this information up to Mr. Cartographizer.
Ooh, okay. Cartographizer, you currently have large leaf marked down on your ship. Would you like on your sheet? Would you like to change that to large pitcher plant? Or sorry,
yes.
Gigantic pitcher plant.
Yes, I would.
Okay. And then Rook, are you adding anything to the engines to go faster, or are you just forging ahead?
Well, yeah, the advice, let's get away from big plant that want to eat us. Remember how we got this ship, guys? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, I'm just going to, narrate a little bit. So, I spent the 2 years reading Weird Mushroom Dude's literature and getting super into it in a way that was like this is starting to change my life. And then I got to his chapter on let's go with eugenics, and that's when I realized that this is all hot garbage. And I've got 6 of those, so I'm going to toss one into the engine.
Excellent. Yeah, you can consume one of those.
Yeah.
So you bought the oh my gosh, the post-apocalyptic The Secret.
Pretty much.
Excellent. Yeah, you can consume one of those, and you guys will mark 3 boxes here to just plow ahead. As your bees writhe in terror reading this book, and they start to go faster.
Just as I hear the increased humming, I desperately wave my handkerchief at the bird, and it literally dive bombs into my chest and impacts me just as we go plaid,
pushing you back over the railing onto the ship. Yeah. Excellent.
I'm okay. It's not that far.
Yeah, your ship just goes into hyperdrive as you just get away from this giant pitcher plant. And roll 2d6 for watch, because you're knocked over a little bit.
I do not have advantage post anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna take I guess you can't really it's kind of weird to cut one. Roll 2d6, and we're gonna take anything that's not a 6. Does that make sense?
I think I saw something about maybe you get to pick the number.
Let's see.
Because I was looking at my on watch page. Yeah, in these circumstances, the Firefly can roll 2d6 to a high result.
Okay.
If it's bad.
Oh, for that, that's
roll.
safer. That's if it's safer.
Oh, okay. I thought it was if it was a bad roll.
I'm gonna say roll 2d6, and I'll take the lesser result. It'll be harder.
No, it's not. They're both 3.
They're both 3. Excellent. Perfect. That's more nature. You guys are just all about the nature today.
I don't like it.
We do live in a tree world.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm loving it.
Yeah, so I look backwards over the railing as I getting up from the deck.
Yeah. What animal is crawling out of this pitcher plant's mouth as you're watching this thing on the deck? What is it? Multiple creatures? Is it singular creature? What's coming out of this thing's mouth?
I think Belt should see them out the window or something.
Yeah, no, that's fine. If Belt wants to see them out the window, that's totally cool. But what you got, yeah, go ahead, Belt. You describe it.
Oh boy. So you know those little parasites that basically latch onto a fish's tongue, and then eventually become the tongue? It's not that, because that's what everybody uses. So instead, it's it's you said it's coming out of the pitcher plant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was I thought we passed the pitcher plant. So it's just more pitcher plants?
No, it's this is the last thing that who is it? Tzitzi sees as you guys are passing the pitcher plant. Maybe there's, if it's a giant thing, maybe there's little ones in the other pitcher plants. If it's a ton of things, maybe there's only one per normal pitcher plant.
There's a brightly colored frog inside of the pitcher plant, and what it's doing is it just lives inside of it, and it latches onto prey and then brings it in, but it doesn't eat the entire prey. It just consumes. It's basically like a vampire frog. So it drains drains fluids and then drops the prey into the pitcher plant.
And it maybe the pitcher plant has some kind of ledge in it that the frog builds up that it can sit on, so it doesn't get digested either, or it's immune to the digestion.
It just lives in there.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, that's awesome. So is it a singular giant frog, and then little frogs live in the normal pitcher plants, or is it?
I'm not getting close enough to find out.
Okay, fair enough.
I will answer that question if somebody does, though.
Excellent. So yeah, you guys see a giant. What color is this frog? Is it what?
It's brightly colored.
Brightly colored.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, this brightly colored frog, just peeking its head out of the pitcher plant as you guys are yeeting yourselves away, and yeah, it's terrifying. Well done. Well done.
But we avoided it.
You can choose.
I almost died. That scares the crap out of me.
You can choose to mark this down as a thing if you would like to.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So that's 2 things.
Yeah. And gigantic, colorful frog.
I'm sure nothing bad can happen from blindly charging across the sea.
I mean, no. Okay, and then Jisan's popped out for a second here, so hopefully he's back pretty quick, and we will ask him what his next... Actually, here, tell you what, Tzitzi, you are driving, because you're not going to be bait anymore. Oh, nope, never mind. He's back. You're still bait.
You're not off the hook.
I was almost free. Man, those skin farms looking pretty good right now.
Jeez.
So dark.
Yeah.
Said the person with skin.
How fast are you cutting a path or forging ahead? You have made it past this giant pitcher plant.
I don't trust that giant poison frog.
It is just behind us forever. We just left it behind us. It is gone.
It is going to.
It is always behind you.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. Well, if we're safe now, because we did we went so far and so fast from that boost, we should probably calm the engines and give Rook time to maintain them and keep our bees happy by not feeding them seditious literature.
So you're cutting a path?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Roll away, Mr. Watchman.
It's another one.
It's another one. Oh, beautiful.
Another one.
More. And another one. It's more nature.
You guys are going a little faster this time.
Some residual speed.
Yeah, you got a little residual speed. Like you slowed down a little bit, but you are going a little faster. And this time there's another one of those pitcher plants, but it's already slightly open. So you can choose, because it's opening away from you guys. So you can choose to try and use the leaf as a ramp and jump it. Or you can choose to take a point of damage as you kind of hit a tree and go around it.
So I look at Jisan.
I don't look back as I have no eyes. But I'm paying attention to you.
What are them Duke boys gonna do?
And I nod. And tuck the bird into my pocket. Tie myself down.
Excellent. Oh, Captain, are we jumping?
Yeah, I guess we're jumping. After that kind of build up, who am I to say no?
Excellent.
Tell me there are crocodiles snipping at us as we jump, like mid-air.
1 damage or possible TPK. Let's go. Fire up the saw.
Excellent. I'm gonna say, let's do a ship roll for this one, Captain.
So, Belt, how do you feel about signing on to this crew?
Captain, would you
Yes.
like to use speed or saws to make this jump? If you use saws, you will do more damage to the plant, but if you use speed, you're more likely to clear it.
That is true. However, we do have insanely powerful saw on this ship now.
Yeah.
Speed is still the correct option. We got to jump it properly. Even though the saw is that much more powerful, it's like, I don't want to get caught in this thing. I don't want to attack this pitcher plant. I want to get out of here.
Okay.
We're not here to pick fights with giant carnivorous plants. We're here to get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't
You're
like
looking
this
for
area.
herbivores.
Dude, this is literally just like playing against a deck that is nothing but like pit traps. I'm just over here trying to play a normal game of cards.
You've activated my trap deck.
Dude, literally, it's just endless amounts of traps. I'm not into it.
The whole
we gotta
deck
jump
is on
it.
its side.
Ladies and
Excellent.
gentlemen and people that poke, we have officially jumped the shark.
Roll.
Gonna say.
Yeah, we'll see what I roll first.
Yeah, you
6.
roll 3 dice.
Yeah, 1, 6, and 4.
Nice. So you got a 6. That's a complete success. You steering the ship beautifully. How do you get over this leaf? How do you jump it? What's it look like?
Well, I nod to Tzitzi, and I tell Rook to kick that thing as hard as she can, and we are going to we're just gonna like aerial drift over the leaf.
Excellent.
It's not exactly like a straight cut line, so we're just gonna like drift up as the leaf is opening, and then slap down into the branches on the other side. I'll probably give out a yeehaw.
Yeah. There'll be like a pause when you guys are like in perfect midair, and like it'll freeze frame, and you guys will all be jumping and cheering, and then it'll land.
Now, what
Y'all
was
wonder
last
how we
time?
got here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Cuts
why
to
was
earlier in
suddenly
the
all wearing the
episode.
cowboy hats? That was a bad accent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for about like
Excellent.
14 seconds during that scene, we all had like aviators and like 10-gallon hats on.
Yeah.
And boots.
Excellent. Yeah, you guys clear the plant. A-okay. No worries.
I'm like desperately scrambling and engineering, like to try and recover from what just happened. Be like, yeah, we're fine.
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead and cut or make another decision for cutting a path or forging ahead or dropping an anchor. 'Cause that's your choices, Captain.
We cutting.
Cutting? Okay.
We cutting. Keep it going.
Roll away, good sir.
I'm going to send up the bird again. That way I have a bird's eye view as I clamber back up.
As you get stable
with
footing.
A 6.
A 6. Nice. There you go. Excellent. Yeah. You guys can all take a montage action because it's just like after that crazy chaos, the sea is just calm. The pitcher plants, there's, standard size pitcher plants everywhere. Nothing's crazy. And the sun is just right in the sky, and it's glowing, and the leaves are all shimmering, and it's quite nice, peaceful and calm. Feel free to take a montage action.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been so long. I'm going to check out the montage.
I will say that Belt has the aspect at the right moment, whenever your crew take a montage during a journey, choose one crew member to perform an extra task of their choice.
Ooh. Nice. Okay. Who are you giving a second montage action to? Do you want to wait till everyone's done and then see who wants it?
Yeah. Okay. I'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that I will just go ahead and let's see. I have a thing here. Use a task to create a rare resource chart of the rustling waves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that is what I will be doing.
That is yours. So you are marking down as you're like drawing this chart. You're just like awestruck by the scenery, and you're gonna quickly write down another chart. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, you can also choose to mark something on the chart you're making for your other action, because you are the cartographer. Okay. You can take something about the scenery, or if anything strikes your fancy, or wait to mark something later on in this journey.
I'll go ahead and mark. So we're surrounded by pitcher plants, and pitcher plants have to eat things.
Yep.
And so we end up finding this one tree that probably had a real good life, but it's just been eaten hollow by insects. And it's one of those things you can hear way before you can see it, and it's almost like a fog of just insects, just bugs, just everywhere, flies and whatnot. It might be a city. They might be intelligent, but we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, and I'm going to mark it on my map.
Okay. Swarm of insects?
Yeah. City of insects.
Ooh, city of insects. Okay. Excellent. Okay, and then you're making a chart with your montage action. So who else and what else are you doing?
I was going to ask if Jisan wanted to prepare a feast to commemorate our first journey.
Sure, whatever. I actually had something in mind for that. Okay, so...
And I can go out hunting for my task to get us a fresh beastie from this new area.
Ooh, okay.
Or a not fresh beastie, if Jisan prefers.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm surprised you want to set foot off the ship after all that shit.
That's fine. There's no more pitcher plants, or at least I can avoid them. I can also go hunting off the side of the ship.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, fly at it.
Okay. Roll. Yeah, roll hunt. I'm gonna say roll hunt. You said hunt.
I did say hunt.
Roll hunt.
I'm going to be using instinct and using the pitcher plant's natural attractiveness to my advantage to catch an unaware, already predated monster before it gets fully caught.
Okay. Take an advantage for that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sweet. Also instincts. Then I'm going to be using the manifold bow And my hunt, which is 2d6, so I have 5d6.
And you get I'll give you 1 for your bow. So
6d6.
You got the max pool right there.
All right. I'm looking for something.
Wait a minute. Hunt plus instinct plus 2 things is 5.
Well, then you said you gave me advantage for the, or did I misinterpret?
No, you got advantage.
Clever hunting.
You got advantage for your bow, and you got advantage for your because you're clever hunting, which is 2 advantage. 2 advantage plus 2 hunt is 4, plus 1 instinct is 5.
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. My math is wrong. Okay,
sorry.
5. 3, 3, 2, 1, 1.
Excellent. So you got a disaster with a twist. I love it. So, do you have anything to pull out of a disaster here, or do you not have?
I'm going to stare confused for a moment as my brain explodes.
So you start like prepping your bow to like capture this, like you see this animal go like slowly getting like eaten by a pitcher plant, and you're like, perfect, I'm gonna shoot the pitcher plant, I'm gonna grab the animal, pull it back. It's excellent. No problems, no worries.
Yeah, Tom Cruise like rappel down, jump right off.
Yeah. So you shoot your bow, you hit that pitcher plant, no problem. You're great with your bow. As you like go to walk off the edge of the ship, like you just strut off the edge of the ship like you're hot shit. Like you're just like, yeah, I got this. And the first branch you step on just cracks under you, and you end up finding yourself sitting inside of a pitcher plant. Like you're just like it's not big enough that it's gonna eat you, and it's not really gonna hurt you, but you can take a mire for just the sheer fear of just like, you picture yourself like if you leave the toilet seat up and you sit down, and you fall into the toilet. That
in a barrel. Toilet's carnivorous.
Yeah, you're stuck in a barrel. Except it's carnivorous, and it's like trying to eat you. Yeah,
so
mark a point of mire.
I have no one has one.
Go ahead with your twist if you.
Okay, so the twist is no one was around. No one saw this. Okay, no one saw anything. So I'm marking the mire for my movements are staccato and disturbing, because there's this like kind of viscous mucus kind of worked into my my body now. It's making it a little bit harder to move properly, especially once it hardens and dries. But I'm going to like climb out, look around, seeing that nobody sees it. I'm going to take a large cricket out of my pack. I'm just going to smear it in black mold and shove some sharp teeth in it to make it look like it's not just a cricket, and bring that down to Jisan. Say, look what I found. I'm a successful hunter. And no one will comment why I'm sticky.
I love it.
I have no specimens left. But I think I covered my tracks.
Mwah. That's beautiful. Just... yeah. Okay, Jisan, on your montage, you have a black moldy cricket with sharp teeth.
That might be dentures.
Like fake vampire teeth?
You got them at the warehouse. You thought they were amusing.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm a champion, Hawkeye.
I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, you did good, because he looks a little bit traumatized, and as I say, he's like dripping goo and whatnot, right? So I'm gonna like accept the cricket from him and just like smile and nod until he goes. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna perfume my nuts.
Okay. Okay.
So
So I guess I'm gonna be rolling. I'm gonna be rolling instinct.
Yep.
Using instinct as my edge, and obviously I'm gonna be cooking.
Yep.
And I'm going to combine the pure perfume and the large sack of nuts that's been sitting in my inventory since season 1.
Yep.
And I'm going to combine them into a I don't know, probably like let's say a refreshing salad with chopped perfumed nuts, which smells like a bunch of different flowers and whatnot. Like it's legitimately like legitimate food for once.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Roll away.
Okay, so is that 4?
Yeah, you will get advantage because you have you get advantage because it's your ship and your kitchen.
Yeah, the galley gives advantage.
And the galley gives advantage. And you've had these sack of nuts for a while, so I'm going to give you a second advantage because you've been planning, you've been prepping mentally of what to cook with these nuts.
Yeah, they're more than 2 years old too, so they're really past prime.
Yeah.
All right. There's double 6s in there.
Awesome. Excellent. So
I ate all the failures. They were mine.
So you can give yourself a large, fragrant nut salad.
So funnily enough, the original intent of going to hunt was to fulfill the drive, provide meat for a grand feast. Would you say I've done that?
You know what?
I can garnish
Alright.
it with the specimen.
Yeah.
So that first one's gone, but I'm still gonna keep the sticky movements. That one still stays.
That's fair. Oh yes, and you got a twist there, Jisan. What would you like the twist to be?
Oh man. Wow, that's a tough one.
How does cooking work in the new book?
I actually haven't really looked.
Yeah, has it changed?
I don't think so.
Someone's clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. It should be done now.
Sorry. No, it's still the same as it was. They have concocting in the new book, but I think they've taken concocting out. I think it's just kind of left over. But yeah, cooking's still the same as it always was.
I'm not sure about a twist on that one.
The twist?
Honestly.
Okay. Well, let's do... The twist is...
Keep in mind the cricket is technically 3 specimens in 1.
Yeah. Let's do... The twist is because Jisan... Or not Jisan. Because Tzitzi looked so sad that you didn't use his cricket, you can add the cricket to your nut salad to turn your large, fragrant nut salad into an extravagant feast.
Sure.
There you go. Okay.
We'll take it. Now let's eat it.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys you're all consuming it, I take it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole shit.
Okay, so everyone can add the 2-track benefit. You can either choose full belly or flavorful delights. Something along the lines of that. Yeah.
What do they do?
And it's a 2-track, so you can use it to, like, I don't know, whenever something you think you'd need a full belly for, or you'd think you'd need to remember a happy moment of flavorful delights, you can mark a track and use that up. Which, a happy moment would have been a good way to stop a mire. And a full belly will be a good way to negate, like, a cut if you're tired or something.
I didn't come here to be attacked. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go wash off.
Excellent. Okay. Yep. Perfect. There's an injuries track. Belt. What are you doing? What? Belt put it in notes.
Oh.
There's an injuries track. I'm just kidding.
It's a thing that I would use for notes.
Fair enough. I'm teasing. Okay, is that... No, Rook still has to montage action.
Yeah. It just occurred to me that I've had 2 mires checked for at least since the last game, so I should probably address those, right?
Yes, probably.
Yeah. That's I have to do a drive to get rid of those, right?
Yes.
Okay. So since I've been working on various things around the ship and mostly my boat rail for like 2 years, I'm like, I should do something relaxing. And so I decide to take Scraps. We're gonna go on a walk. And by a walk I mean tree climbing, because that's what we do. And I just kind of like want to like take a nice, non-threatening jaunt up the trees that are directly parked above us, just to, you know, like there's probably a sunset by now. Enjoy ourselves.
Awesome.
Time to tell a shank, as it were.
Yeah, you're just enjoying yourself on the top of a tree.
Yeah, we
go ahead.
Scraps
Go ahead and unmark a mire. Yep.
Yay!
Yeah, as you and Scraps just have a, like, I picture you take some of your meal up there, like you eat with the others, and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have a little bit of me time sort of thing, and you and Scraps just go up.
Scraps personal time. We haven't spent as much time the last like week, you know, doing some doggy human bonding.
Yeah, and you guys just go up to the top of a tree and just have a nice moment together.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Have our snacks, look at the sunset, feel the breeze.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, sky above.
As you unmark that mire, and as your mind kind of like calms and you find some inner peace, you just, like, those visions of your ancestors around you, some of them start to fade away, and they're like, we're still judging you, as they fade away.
Man, they need a life.
Yep. Your ancestors are great. Okay. That was your guys' relaxing moment. Now, back to driving the ship, El Capitano.
Straight forward for adventure.
Okay, cutting a path or forging ahead.
Yeah, we'll cut a path unless otherwise necessary.
Excellent. Okay, roll away.
Okay, here we go. Still a little messed up from yesterday, but let's see if I can open my eyes wide enough to see nature in the distance. With a 3.
Give me something better to do here. No.
Hey guys,
okay, nature.
It's a tree.
Wait,
So Tzitzi's never allowed to be on watch again.
All you ever see are trees.
My little eyes, something that is green. Listen.
It's like you look down at yourself and you're like, there are literally millions of us. None of us saw anything else.
Oh. Excellent.
Dozens of us. Dozens.
Go ahead.
No, that's it, boy. Howdy. Do I like trees?
Yeah, if it's a tree, then
yeah, just what type of tree do we got today?
You see in the distance, it's coming up closer and closer. Just a large group of tall shanks, and there's a city there. You can see movement in the trees. And this is the Tzelicre city that you were looking for. There are ships around, and it's just this huge. These are some of the largest tall shanks you've ever seen, like just giant towering trees. And yeah, this big city covered in webs, but the webs are all sparkly, almost as if they've been covered in dew. They're not that terrifying webs that you saw from Fire Mountain or whatever, where they were thick and dark. These are light and sparkly and pretty and nice and just so happy. It's just a happy vibe you're getting from these trees.
These are the pretty sequences from Fantasia webs.
Yeah.
Hey, Ian.
Yeah.
Did anybody take their extra action?
Nobody did. Someone take an extra action.
Thought you had to give it to somebody specifically.
Oh yeah, throw an action at someone.
Cool. Who has what is the heal ability now? Who has tend?
I do now.
Need tend. Does that count?
What?
Rook needs to be tended. Yeah, Jisan and Belt and Tzitzi all have tend.
We need a doctor.
No, we all know first aid. We're good.
Yeah.
on the ship. We need a hot doctor. A doctor.
I'll give it to Tzitzi and be like, hey, do some healing, please.
Excellent.
We need to keep up on this.
Excellent. Jisan has taken the most damage.
Yeah.
So
you could actually just do a task of your choice. I'm suggesting healing.
I will tend to Jisan in the medical bay.
Excellent. What are you using to tend to Jisan with?
I will be...
Remember, you can use anything.
Using colored markers. And I'm going to be drawing on him.
Excellent. I love it.
With the kids.
Yes.
We're going to play doctor in the medical bay.
Oh no.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to drink my shiny, delicious mead.
And as far as you know, this is a medical procedure. Welcome to Zoidberg Mania.
Hold up. You're drinking your mead as you're getting healed?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, heal 1 point for your mead. And then take because that was extra strong, if I remember correctly. Yeah, extra strong. So heal 1 point for just the mead, and then give yourself the 2-track Drunken Memories. And then however fun you want to use that 2-track for.
I'm going to be using Grace to adeptly draw Tzelicre symbols from my childhood and teach the kids across the canvas that is the Jisan. I think Jigglypuff, but culturally relevant.
Okay. Yep.
Well, I'm picturing cool web style pictographs, everything was interconnected.
And then there's little knots that represent different animals caught in the web to represent events in the history.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll for this tend with markers.
Grace.
I'm gonna
attend.
I'm gonna make it a little harder than your average
medical
10.
bay.
You have the medical bay, but I'm not gonna give you the dice for it because you have the marker because you're using markers. So the medical bay will negate the markers because the markers would have given you a cut. The medical bay would have given you a dice. So we're just gonna call it even.
That's fair. 2 dice.
Although I'd love to see the stats on cutting and advantage and how it differentiates.
Do all of the different hands helping color in all the damage help? Even if they're outside the line?
No, they are small children. They are terrible.
Alright, so 2d...
Actually, they're not so small anymore.
2d6. 2 3s.
2 3s. That is a disaster. Add an extra mark of damage to the thing. 2 3s and a twist. You don't need to consume the resource. That's the twist. So you get colorful markers back as a resource. But Jisan, as the children and Tzitzi color in your injuries, take a point of damage as they jab like toxic chemicals into you.
I have a wound there.
I'm trying so hard today.
This is all revenge for the thing with the plant earlier.
No wonder I was drinking. Jesus.
I feel like Ralph Wiggum now for sure. I'm helping. It's got a marker up my imaginary nose. No, you're teaching the kids bad things. What?
Excellent. Okay, so sorry, going back to the moment as you guys arrive on this Tzelicre city.
I'm so sorry.
There's a beautiful Tzelicre city ahead of you, and this is your last chance, Belt, if you want to take any charts notes. Would you like to make a chart note about the city in front of you?
Yes.
Okay.
I will mark the city.
Okay, so what would you like the chart note to be?
He's gonna hold off on actually making the note until we find out like what the name of the city is, and then they'll just write that.
Okay.
Seems a little bit colonize-y to just be like, this is the name.
Well, I was more meaning like, do you want to write down like City of Tzelicre or like,
No, he's gonna write the name of the city.
The name of the city? Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Excellent. So you guys arrive at this city, and you guys just managed to get 4 things, and I had a 4-box track, so you do get a chart for arriving here. And for docking at a place, you guys will get your 2 or 3 you get 2 specimens and a whisper. So chart, specimens, and a whisper. And I'll give you that at the end, but I think this is where we're going to call the episode.
Oh.
Because you've arrived at the city. Go ahead.
I have Sheaf of 1,000 Stories. How many spectacles, horrors, or new ports did we encounter in the journey? Because I gain a whisper whenever I encounter a spectacle, horror, or new port during a journey.
So you're going to gain 2 whispers here, because the spectacle will be, you'll gain one whisper for the giant pitcher plants, whether you want that whisper to be about you jumping it or whether you want it to be about you almost being swallowed by the frog in it. You can take your pick. And then you'll gain a whisper for the new port. And I'll give you those. Again, we can do those off screen. But I think that's going to be the episode as you guys reached the colony. And yeah, next episode is going to hopefully be a cameo episode. So I think we've mentioned this to listeners in the introduction, but in case I didn't, or in case our listeners are not listening, we're hoping to do a bunch of cameo episodes this season to try and create some fun NPCs to bring back in season 3 for the war and for different things. So the cameos will either, at the end of the cameo, join the crew, not literally on the ship, but join them in the war effort, or be against them in the war effort. Again, we may or may not end up discussing this in the actual episode, but it's assumed that it was discussed. The cameos are also not timeline wise, they might be all over the place. So the crew, quote unquote, just landed in the Tzelicre city right now, but the cameos might be their adventures after this Tzelicre city. It might be their adventures before the Tzelicre city. And that's just it's probably going to be their adventures slightly before the Tzelicre city. Maybe the Tzelicre city is just on the horizon there, and these adventures are going to stop you from getting there tomorrow. Who knows? But we're not going to describe that. We'll come back to the Tzelicre city when we come back to just us and no cameo. But the cameos are going to be their own, not filler episode, but not filler episode, if that makes sense for people. Yeah, I realized I paused there, but I was kind of talking to the listeners, so they clearly couldn't say anything back to me. That was a weird pause. Thank you for saying it helped. Yes, so that's the game plan going forward. I was Ian the Firefly.
I was Austin the Bungler.
I was the Ardent. Rook.
I was Captain Jisan.
And I'm Belt. I'm over here.
Excellent. And we were sponsored by nobody. Signing off.